And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to From Toys to Trains. I'm Maya. Well, I know it's been a little bit, but I just thought I'd give everybody an update, show everybody where we are in terms of this model car and what I'm doing today. Well, we began, first of all, I'm painting all the pieces, and I'm doing things a little bit different, but I'm going to show everybody like what I'm doing. First of all, we'll start with the colors here that I've picked so far. I went with, on the underbody mount here, the underbody, I'm going to have this in black. That's a gloss black. You can see it there. The engine parts, they recommended a Ford blue, but I couldn't find anything like Ford blue wise that was out there. So what I did was I got, of course, you know, the little paint jars here, and I got a metallic blue, and I hand painted the engine block, the covers, and then the hood right here. And like I say, they still got to be sanded yet, because if you see on here, let's see if I can get that in the light, you can kind of see like the little bit of two-toning right there. That's got like the white. That's just because the paint was kind of thin, but I'm gonna sand that and then put like an additional third coat. I have the oil pan here in silver, or silver color, and then the interior, I'm going with a tan color. Hopefully you can see that. Did the bottom seat part, and I'm gonna end up painting the floor paneling down here. This I'm going to paint black over this, but I'm going to leave the rest of it all tan. I have the, as they call them, the door card inserts already painted. And I know it's a little hard to see there. Maybe you can see it like that. But you can see I got the handles painted silver. Those are individually painted. And the other parts that I have so far, I have the rear axle and the mufflers all painted in the silver color. And I just thought I'd show everybody kind of what I'm working on right now. What I'm working on right now is I'm working on the water pump pulley here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but let me see if I can get it in there close enough for you to see. Right there, the water pump pulley. And I'm using like a real tiny brush like this. So let me put my glasses on so I can see and try not to blind anybody out here. I'll kind of try to look down here, but what I'm using is I'm using for the belt, I'm using a rubber color, same thing like what you would paint tires with and all that. And I'm just going to take a very little bit, and for example, I'm just going to touch it enough on the inside of the belt right here. And then come back and do on the outside, because after all, the belt does go around. And you might notice something different that I'm doing with this time. As you can see, all of my parts weren't primed, and normally I do prime them, and I end up using just a shake can primer like this. But what I've figured out, or what I've seen in the past, is that when I spray painted them the red, let me just get this a little bit right here. As I spray painted them red, the redness like dulls the color and everything. So I did not want that to be like that this time around. So what I did is I just left them white, the plain plastic white like this. And does the paint sometimes not accept? Yes, but that's where like I do like a double coat. Like for example, like my body right here, the base of the body, that one went on kind of thin. And what I did is I just let it dry overnight and waited it out. And I just got some cleaner here, some brush cleaner. But anyways, what I did is I just let it dry overnight, came back and put on a second coat. The only thing with these paints is the enamel paints, is let me see if I have a piece here that I can kind of show everybody. This piece right here, okay? This piece was the original, or one of the blues that I had in my little box over here. But this was water-based. When I did it, the water-based went on, but it didn't like coat it right. It ended up becoming real streaky, and I think that's probably why the hood was like it was, is because I went over it with the water-based paint, or the water-based paint, and then over it with the enamel. Yeah, the enamel paint. But as you can see here, like I say, the enamel paint, this was just one coat, and this was one coat also. Some of the paints actually grip better than the other paints, and some of them are real thin. What I found out though is with painting, the difference with painting with these ones is that you want to make sure that you keep what they call like what they say like in the painting world is a wet edge. And basically what I do is so for example, I'll kind of just show everybody on let me see here, kind of show like everybody like on one piece here that I'm not going to use. But like for example, like if I was painting this, let's just say, and I'll just break out any color here. I'll just break out, you know what, I'll just use the rubber color since I've already had it. But if you're going to paint these things, and I'll show you the difference on both of these. Now, as you can see, these are both just, you know, plain. They've been washed and everything. They've been degreased and all that. So if I put my paintbrush in like this and get some paint, now I'm going to just start painting, and then I'm going to show you the difference. But if I paint this, and let's say I keep going because I think there's enough paint on here. So I go like this and I pull it out like this and everything. What happens then is this is when you get like that two-tone effect. And you can see right there, that's just using the brush, just kind of continuing to pull the paint out and trying to move the paint around. Now, I can already feel it on the brush here, and that's another thing with this paint. You can kind of feel it. But the more you work it, the more, like, I'm just trying to get to the light here so you guys can see. The more lines you're going to have in that more two-tone color you're going to have. Now, if I was to take my paint, let's say, for example, on the other piece here, let me get a little more of this paint, and I was to paint this and just go real, not light, but just work the paint in. And don't overwork it. Once you get it on there, just leave it on there. But see now, this time I'm dipping again. And I'll do the next section here. And what happens is that if you leave it a little more thicker, and you run, like they say, what they call a wet edge. A little bit of paint here, sorry about that. But see too, once I start to overwork it, you can kind of see the line. But anyways, now this is the difference. This one right here, you can see there's not all the lines. This one here, you can see as it's starting to dry, it, like I say, it gives you that two-tone coloring and things like that. So, like I say, what I've learned is that as you paint with these enamel paints, these little enamel ones like this, your best bet is to always keep your brush wet. I know a lot of people, they like to spray paint them, and I'm, going to use a canned lacquer to, clear coat my pieces. I'm going to sand them and clear coat them then, all pieces and everything, before I, start putting them together, so I can have the car looking really nice. But like I say, the main point being is that you want to make sure that, towel here, some of it on my hands, but anyways, the point being is that you want to make sure that you keep the wet edge with the brush, or keep the brush moist and everything, because otherwise, if you don't, you're going to end up getting that streaking. And like I said, depending on the color, you know, some of it might come out. You know, it might blend if it's a darker color, like sometimes like the steel and the aluminum, you know, dark brown, things like that. Then again, you might get some streaking as like with the metallic paints and things like that. But I still got a couple more pieces. I got a lot of pieces yet, but got a lot of pieces to finish and everything. And like I say, we're gonna end up building the coupe on this one, and it's gonna turn out, I think, to be a really nice car. Like I say, I just have the instructions just to show me how to put it together. You know, I painted my own color. I make them all custom made. You know, do what I got to do on them to make them look nice and everything. But that's the video for this week. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. And I believe starting, not this Monday, it would be what? This Monday would be the 18th, but the following Monday, the 25th or whatever it is, I might end up doing a live stream one night, say around like 6, 7 o'clock at night. I'll let you guys know next week when I repost a video and show you more of where I am on the car here and everything. But you know, like I say, if you guys are interested in a live stream, you know, let me know. Leave a comment below. But like I say, otherwise, you know, hit that like and subscribe button. And until next week, everyone, have a great week. And I'm Maya, like I say, from Toys and Trains. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya.